The press conference today, of course, Ukandode is here. Clem Ofoko is here also, head of news from Silverbird Communications in Port Harcourt, and of course, yours sincerely, Samson Omala. We'll look at the confirmation by the Chief of Defense Staff, the retired General Chris Musa, about the fact that, yeah, there was a coup. Actually, there was a coup. And then, of course, we'll get some slides of some stories that you may not know of what's happening between the governor of Rivers State, Siminalayi Fubara, and of course the FCT minister and the House of Assembly, and of course the preparation towards 2027 from Rivers State. All this is in the package after this break. You're welcome. This is a press conference on Silverbird's Rhythm 93.7 Jos. It's an exciting day to be with you. Our first edition for the year 2026. And of course, I have Clem Ofoko from Port Harcourt joining us on the show. And yours truly is here. And the ever-present Ukandode in his element. He has not changed. He has not repented all the way from 2025. He's taking it to 2026.
I take exception to the use of the word repent. Repent from what? I'm not a sinner. I'm here on behalf of Nigerians, on behalf of the downtrodden people all over the world.
That's self-promotion.
On behalf of the disadvantaged.
That's self-promotion.
I do not advertise myself, but I try as much as possible to keep the public conscience.
Yes.
So withdraw that word that he has not repented. Repent. Who is at the other end?
No, repent from your position of just being your position.
No.
You have kept it. No, it's a compliment.
I'm only being
reliable.
No, okay, I think I'm being reliable rather.
Yeah, it's a compliment.
Yes.
All right. Clem, let's get to one issue that's quite interesting, and that's the fact that the Chief of Defense Staff is gone viral yesterday. I mean, it's gone viral already. Yesterday, he spoke with the national television. In that interview, he confirmed that there's actually, or he confirmed rather, that there was a coup. You know, it's taking us more than 5 months now, or thereabout, maybe about 3 months.
3 months. That was October.
Oh, that was October, to confirm that there was a coup, even though they didn't. And I'm sure for those who followed the story, they know what it, possibly not know, but again, he just confirmed it. My worry is that, yeah, investigation is still on. First question is that, are they going to court-martial these soldiers, or they're going to dismiss them and get them to be tried in the civilian courts? Because you also have civilians there. But what does this mean for Nigeria, mean for our democracy? And should we be concerned that our democracy is threatened where we are? And General, what do you make of it, really? Your thoughts as a journalist with the development in this regard?
Okay, when that news broke about 3 months ago, until when all out trying to get the opinions from people who, particularly the ordinary citizens. Mm-hmm. But one thing was clear, and that was the fact that people, their desire at the moment is for a good government. It doesn't even matter. Some of them analyze that even if we get to a point where we could have a monarchy, and then at the end of the day, they have running water, they have power in their homes, they can afford anything at all they want to get. So the idea of democracy is to look like a scam to them. So they feel that what is important is having the leadership that can provide their basic needs. So most people were not actually concerned whether there was going to be a coup or not. So what they were actually concerned was the fact that they're not having the kind of government that they desire. They're not having the leadership that would actually, or that should be there to cater to their needs.
So if the people are thinking like this, should we be concerned?
Africa, for instance,
yes,
or West Africa, you can see how much ascendancy the idea.
Okay, we will get back to Port Harcourt very shortly. We still have Clem on the line. Clem, are you there? Clem, are you there? Okay, maybe you just go ahead and then we'll get back to Clem.
What are you saying?
About the coup. Your take on the coup.
First of all, it's good that at the end of the day, that is after about 3 months, the same people who told us lies I've come out to say the truth, that there is indeed a coup attempt. Investigations have been conducted. Those involved have been confirmed, and they are going to be arraigned. But let me start from the first thing you mentioned about court-martial. I'm not a lawyer, but I want to speak on that note as a student of English. That I know that a court-martial will only come to bear if there is an offense within the military against the military system, not civilian government. So if those people are going to be tried, my position, my feeling is that they should be tried in a regular court. You know, to say court-martial will amount to, cheapening what actually took place. It was a plot to overthrow a civilian government.
That's treason.
Yeah, that is, like those, when they go to the regular court or whether they can interpret it appropriately. But literally, court-martial should not apply in this case. After all, civilians are even involved as it is now. So will you subject a civilian to martial law? So that should be there. So I think if they will be tried, they should be tried. But again, this should teach these people speaking for the government a lesson. It's very embarrassing that the same government that said earlier that there was no coup plot, there was no such attempt and the rest, will come back shamelessly to say there was indeed a coup plot at the same time that the members of the public or it became open knowledge that some people or some officers in collaboration with some civilians attempted to overthrow the government.
No, I think the Chief of Defense Staff was very succinct in why they said they didn't confirm, or they didn't confirm neither.
No, the language should have been precise. The language should have been simply so that as it is today, ladies and gentlemen, fellow Nigerians, there are reports in some places that there was coup as it is. We cannot confirm till further notice. More information will be made available to you later. Is that not simple? Is that not so simple? Is that not straightforward? But is that not cheaper than this expensive joke of turning around to swallow what you earlier said does not exist?
But they did mention that the investigation was ongoing.
That is if they mentioned. Yes. If you say investigation is ongoing and you say there is no coup, it is what kind of paradox is that? There is nothing happened. Then you at the same time say investigation is going on. Going on what?
And that's why now
if you have to say if you have to say investigation,
and now they are now coming out to say, okay,
if you have to say investigation is going on, the position is that 50% yes, 50% probability. So you say investigation is going on. But if you say no, nothing happened, then no need to even proceed with the investigation.
No, they didn't say, to be fair, on the statement the defense headquarters released, except if I didn't read that statement correctly. They did say that, look, they're investigating some officers on disciplinary issues. And with following up with what the Chief of Defense Staff said yesterday, he said, look, while the investigation was going on, that look, if you come out clearly without really getting your investigation to a point where you can tell yourself, yes, we're at a point where we can for sure say there was no coup or there was a coup, and then you come out preeminent to now say, oh sorry, we announced a coup and then there was no coup. You put yourself, I mean, that embarrassment is so that's why they said they took their time.
But man, you are taking too much trouble on behalf of a government that doesn't want to come out concisely on matter, a government that is investing in ambiguity to mislead the people.
I'm only stating the fact. I'm only stating the fact of the matter. I'm not working for them.
That's why I'm sympathizing with you. That
you don't need to sympathize with me. No, I'm just trying to do my work professionally.
No, which is good, and I'm saying that you are professionally generous.
Yeah, but we're trying to rubbish this work I'm doing.
No, far be it. No.
Okay.
You cannot come this year again and commit malapropism here. Yes.
All right, go ahead and finish your thought.
Yes, I'm saying that the spokespeople of government should be cautious. Okay. They should learn from this embarrassment. You understand me? That sometimes when there is a controversy like this, when there is a crucial matter like this, there is no need for them to rush at different directions, addressing press people in different locations. They should harmonize their position, take a position, and let somebody, one person, speak, to the nation. on what is the position of government or what is the conscience of the government on that particular matter. When this person makes this comment this way, the other person is speaking the other way, and at the end of the day, you find them using words, opinions, expressions that do not, at the end of the day, collect into a common idea.
Okay, Clem, we're just still talking about the coup issue. You were making your comments until we lost you there. If you could just tie up your thoughts, and then we can move on to the next item on our order paper today.
Okay, I feel that it's a wake-up call to the government and to actually understand that because, like I said, we gauge the opinions of the public, and they weren't perturbed as to whether that would truncate democracy. They were much more interested in having a government that would make meaning to them. So, if the authorities, if they were careful and they had listened, they would know that if you watch some of the African countries, how much people embrace them, the ordinary people, how much they embrace the soldiers when they came knocking. So they should also understand that such a thing could also, that kind of warm embrace could have happened also in Nigeria if that coup was successful. So people are eager to have a change. So the government should look at that and understand the fact that why, although Nigeria has a history of coups, but in the past, maybe from 1999 to 2025, we've not had any military coup. But what triggered this recent one? So that's one of the things that they should address and look at it. People are actually angry. People are angry. The ordinary people are angry. So to them, they would have.
Yeah, Clem. Okay.
No, he was saying something.
Yeah.
He was saying something. Unfortunately, he could not conclude, but it is important to emphasize what he was saying. If you have been following the history of coups, including the coups that have taken place in Nigeria, you see, a coup does not just happen without the plotters, without the perpetrators, happen or working with public opinion. They will first of all test the mood of the public, try to see the popularity of the government that they want to push over. When they get the mood of the people, if the mood of the people is favorable, that they will not bother, that the former government was truncated, that kind of thing, they will strike. Now, the point that was raised that time that they were denying, a lot of people said, rather than deny, try to address certain issues. There are some injustices in the system, there are some inadequacies. The economy is not working, there is hunger, there is poverty, insecurity everywhere. So people are no longer having confidence in the government. That was the argument of a lot of people, as at that time they were denying. Now that they have accepted that there was indeed a coup, the emphasis should not be on trial. The emphasis should be on the issues that give foundations or causes to why they will stage a coup.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. Ode, and we'll tie that up while we'll just remain in Port Harcourt now, or go to Port Harcourt now, of course, where Clem is here. Clem, we apologize for the on and off situation we're having with the line, but if you can hear us clearly, let's talk about Rivers politics now. And we keep hearing a lot, and of course, it appears activities are not lacking when it comes to Rivers' political climate. Has peace returned, or where are we now, especially with Governor Sim Fubara? Since he left for the APC, it appears a new Pandora's box seems to have been opened, right? And the conundrum when it comes to the arrangement of Rivers politics seems to have been redefined. Is Wike still having the structure in place? Has Sim Fubara seemed to have played a fast one on the FCT minister? What is it with the House of Assembly? Where are we now? What are the people saying? Clem?
Okay, as regards Rivers politics, we can boldly say that Wike's influence has not diminished.
Okay.
If you look at his activities in recent weeks, days, and all that, so you find out that just recently his inaugurated coordinators, renewed hope coordinators across the 23 LGAs in the state. And he didn't stop at that. He bought vehicles, campaign vehicles for all of them with the picture of the president on all of them. So he's making so much impact in terms of trying to prove that he has the ears of the president. Now, don't forget that much of these heightened activities started immediately the governor joined the APC. Mm-hmm. So he was swept off guard. That's the Nyesom Wike was kind of swept off guard. So the governor moving to the APC meant that, which actually up to today, they are still contending that is the leader of the party in Rivers State. And Wike doesn't want to that to come to pass. Mm-hmm. So quickly he had the rallies that he organized in December that spilled into 2026 and all that. And then that was when he made it clear that in Rivers State, nobody is APC, nobody is PDP, that what they have is a renewed hope coalition or rainbow coalition, which comprises all the members of
the consociation of political forces.
Yes. Yeah, and so by that declaration, he also clearly stated that he's the leader of Rivers politics, and he wasn't just alone. Even Magnus Abbey and all other his allies, they all announced it that because now they were not actually mentioning party structures, the party APC or PDP, as the case may be. So the focus now in Rivers State is the Renewed Hope family, which Wike is the leader of that family. Now, if you look at same Fubara, Governor Fubara, since he joined the APC, we expected him to have met with the party leadership. Although there are two factions, you have one led by Emeka Beke and you have another faction led by Tony Okocha. Tony Okocha is working with Nyesom Wike, but he hasn't done that. And so he acted as though there wasn't any human being in that political party when he joined. Mm-hmm. So up to today, he had not met with the leaders of the APC, either the faction loyal to Tony Okocha or the faction loyal to Emeka Beke. So he is also floating there, and that was how they also threw up the rumor that he was planning to move to ADC, that he was scammed after he joined the APC. And so, but at the moment, you also asked how is governance. We're not having any feel of it. I mean, the people are not having any feel of governance at the moment. So it does appear as though there's no governor in the state, because all the things are just lying idle. It doesn't have the full complement of commissioners to work with. Yeah. What he just did recently was just to gather 5 of the former commissioners and made them essays, because the assembly would not entertain any list that comes from him at the moment because of the heightened tension and the political conflict between both parties. So the governor can't actually address anything. He doesn't even have a spokesperson, no CPS, no commissioner for information at the moment. And so most of the time you don't even know what's coming from the government. Last week, Friday, Wike his group organized the Renewed Hope rally. And according to Wike, they applied to use one of the Yakubu Gowon Stadium in Port Harcourt, but he said he was denied, or the group was denied. So it happened around 10 a.m. and so the government didn't make any response. There was no feedback from the government until 5 minutes to 6. When the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Information and the Attorney General, who was formerly the Commissioner for Sports and the governor quickly drafted him because he's a lawyer, and so he can't have a new commissioner for justice and attorney general screened by the assembly. So, being that the commissioner for sports is a lawyer, so he quickly converted him to be his attorney general. So, both of them, I think it was an afterthought, and so they tried to manage the situation, and they called me 5 minutes to 6, and I should find a way to squeeze it into our news. After much protest, I said, okay, it's coming from the government. So that was when they reacted to it. And so the narrative is still under the control of News Wiki, because the government of Sim Fubara doesn't have media managers, no communication strategy to tackle him. And so he's actually having a field day. So at the moment, politically, we don't know where Governor Sim Fubara, where he belongs to. Now, don't also forget that recently, the national leadership of APC announced that there will be convention in River State and 2 other locations, I think Osun and the FCT. So we were thinking that, okay, if the convention would hold, the governor could maybe influence to have the leadership so that things will become much easier for him. But now that that conference will not hold, so it means that Nyesom Wike's ally, Tony Okocha, will continue.
Continue as the factional chairman of the.
Don't forget that this month there will be by-election in 2 locations, 2 constituencies. We were also thinking, or people were thinking that this will be a litmus test for the governor, that he will have his men contest and maybe win that the by-election, the 2 seats that are being contested. But later on, we were told that he was asked from the presidency to back down and allow Nyesom Wike field his men. So that's the situation at the moment in River State.
All right, thank you very much, Clem. We're so grateful for that update. Fresh and of course quite juicy to hear. You got any thoughts before we maybe open up the lines?
No, it's you who made me to laugh when you started out this Port Harcourt thing. You said that activities have not been lacking.
Yes.
Okay, maybe it's one part of Nigeria, the environment you are not used to it. Port Harcourt, even before Nyesom Wike, activities don't lack there. That's a place where even a councillor will go and hire siren on the day allocation comes. Local government councillor. You find people blowing siren in town at different directions. You don't know who is in control. So it's an interesting place. There are always activities. Yes, it's not just beginning with this Nyesom Wike era. Nyesom Wike is just trying to give it a much more senior and higher dimension. These activities have been there. It's a very busy environment.
Okay. All right.
Politics is the main industry here, so I mean that's why you can find any human being. Oh, I'm honorable so and it's just a PA to somebody. And even the PA has a PA and all that. So that's what we see here every day.
Interesting, Claire. All right, let's go to the phone and then we'll come back and tie it up before our news at 6. But let's get your thoughts. Keep it really very short when you call us. 0064 64 1536. 0064 64 1536 is the number to call. Press conference Monday's edition, our first installment for the week. Hello, who's on the line? Good morning. Good evening. Hello. Good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, happy New Year to you, Sam Namale.
Happy New Year to you, sir.
Welcome, and happy New Year to my big brother, Country.
Happy New Year.
I'm gentle.
Yeah, gentle, go ahead quickly. We don't have all the time.
Thank you very much. God bless you. How is your family?
Family is good. Please go ahead and make your comments, please.
Yes. Concerning our president, actually, for me, I will not call that blame. I will blame our constitution. I want the National Assembly at the end of the amendment of the constitution to come up. Anybody that is more than 50 should not contest. You understand?
Okay.
to Tinubu, who I spent because of PLATEAU that's traveling. It's too more than that.
All right, thank you very much, Gentle. You made your point. We don't have the luxury of the time, so let's keep it really very short, please. Hello, good evening. Welcome to the show.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah, thank you very much. My name is Sadiq. I'm coming from THST also.
All right, Sadiq.
Yeah, I want to commend you for doing the great work and also make my comment on the traveling of the president. You see, when we look at things in Nigeria, it is very, very unfortunate. One of the policy of the president is not a democratic wise. People are not feeling it. But you see, I'm wondering why people are still praising the president as the captain to the state party, and everybody knows that the president is not doing well with all the promises that he has made. So it's very, very unfortunate. Unless we have a good reform on our electoral bill and make sure that we have a good transparency of free and fair elections. If not, everybody have now talked to the president, everybody started on the mandate of the president. Nobody is even wondering what have the president made or what have the president done, which is very, very unfortunate. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Sadiq. You made your point. Let's see if we can take a few more calls and then we'll be done. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, Samson.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yes, Benedict is calling from Senegal.
Okay, Benedict.
Yes, good evening, sir, and welcome to the press conference 2026.
Thank you.
Quickly, I want to sincerely say something. The politics in Nigeria is very dirty, and it's even more dirtier in River State. I really don't know. I think the president should be taking all this Ulabadu, even though he's favoring him and favoring his party, the APC. The reason why I say this quickly is because I think he has got Senator Fubara as a member of the APC, as a governor of the APC, and also Wiki is also working in his cabinet. I don't know what it takes him to call these people aside and then take it to shake the sword and allow this man to operate as the governor of River State, so that the citizens of democracy, governors, like your president saying that the people of River State don't know what is called governance.
Okay.
Under Fubara.
Okay.
Just allow this man to be the governor he's supposed to be.
All right.
I think that's my tip. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Just one or two more and then we'll be done. I'll get back to my colleagues for their closing statements. Let's see, 08064641536. Let's see if your calls will come through. PS, they are not coming through. So let me start with Clem. Clem, your final thoughts on the show today.
Okay, I think that for Mr. President, it looks as if the job is overwhelming, and so if I had the opportunity of advising him, I would ask him not to run for a second term and allow a younger person to contest, because this country needs a messiah at the moment. And then for River State, you can see that Wiki's influence is growing every day. That same last week Friday, he made a boast that if they deny him access to the stadium next time, they will force the place open. And so, it has the workforce, the foot soldiers to do that. So I think let me end here at the moment.
All right. Well, maybe if we're able to get you back on the show tomorrow, I'll ask you what's the future of Sim Fubara ahead of 2027 and beyond 2027. But we'll not answer that on the show. But thank you very much, Clem Ofoku, for joining us on the show today. Let me allow you go. We'll have the news at 6. But thank you very much for joining us on the show today.
Yeah, my pleasure. Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, Mr. Ode, your final thoughts.
See, if you are current, you are following affairs trending. There are calls from some quarters to Joash Amopiton, the chairman of INEC, to resign. I don't even think that is the emphasis, but there is one truth that Tinubu and his men should reconcile with. If the next election, 2027, is free and fair, Tinubu will lose.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, that's
if the next presidential election, yes, free and fair. If you have interacted with grassroots, if you see the pulse of opinion, if you follow trends, if you go to platforms and investigate, listen to the cries of people and the rest, he is not very, very popular with the electorate, with those who matter at the grassroots on the eve of the election.
Critics of the
They
government
have, everybody has his opinion.
Critics of the government will disagree with you, Mr.
Critics of the government,
Yes.
or spokesmen of the government.
Yeah, supporters of the government.
Definitely, I expect people to disagree with me. I expect even President Tinubu to disagree with me. But let him disagree with me and go down to the grassroots where it matters. Let him send surveyors of opinion down to where it matters, and let them come back and give him authentic, genuine feedback of what they got in the field.
All right. So that does it for today's edition of the press conference. The press conference is a daily show on Silverbest Rhythm 93.7 Jos. We're here again tomorrow. We hope you join us. Thank you very much to those of you who called. We hope that you'll be part of the show also tomorrow. My name is Samson. I have a very good evening, and it's bye-bye from me.